Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing my book review for Stephen King's The Girl Who Loved Tom Gordon. And basically this book is about this girl who winds up going on a little hiking trip in the woods with her family. And her mom and brother start to argue like they normally do, and she pretty much gets tired of it and ventures away from them, and ventures a little too far to where she can't seem to find her way back on the trail. So she keeps walking because she thinks maybe she'll find the trail. It shouldn't be too far off, and the more she walks, the further and further she gets lost in the woods. And so this tells about pretty much her experience in the woods at night, how creepy it is by herself at night, her trying to find food. She had a backpack with food, but that food and a little bit of water she had could only last her so long, and she pretty much, was lost in the woods for a week. And over that time, you get her experience each day with her being lost, and she keeps walking and walking and gets further and further into the woods. And search parties are sent out. But basically, her big love was of Tom Gordon. She loved baseball. So you get to hear her experience at night. She has her little Walkman and she flips it to the radio side, and how listening to his games helped get her through at night. And at some point she even starts hallucinating and seeing him because she's hungry, she's thirsty, and then when she does find water, the water she drinks is affecting her that she finds. The stuff she finds in the woods to eat, something isn't agreeing with her, so she gets sick, and she's continuing to stay sick. And pretty much, she seems like she's on the verge of dying. But there is something out in the woods. At first she thinks she's hallucinating, but there's something out in the woods after her. And so to me, this book was a 3 out of 5 for me. It's not my favorite Stephen King book, but again, it's not a bad book. It was a very easy read. Like, I think I read most of it in a day. At max, I took 2 days to read it. So it was an easy read. But for me, I like the creepy part of Stephen King, and it's not till maybe more than halfway in the book that you really get to the creepy part. But I could understand where somebody else that has a fear of getting lost, where that aspect might be creepy to somebody else. But that part wasn't as creepy to me. But if you were like a little kid and reading about this young girl getting lost in the woods like that, I would imagine that would be creepy. Or like I said, if you've ever been lost in the woods and are affected by that, or have a fear of being lost in the woods and what could possibly be out in those woods, like, I see that creepy aspect there. But like, what I was more interested in is what was after her. But it took to more a halfway of the book before the thing that was after her started to show up. So for me, like I said, this was a 3 out of 5. If you like book reviews like this, like and subscribe. And if you've read this book, let me know your thoughts about it. And I hope everyone is staying safe and has a good Christmas.